out. They screaming peace when there ain't no peace. Israel prophesying in the streets. Look at me, the center of attention. Black Messiah coming with a vengeance. Coming with a vengeance. Black Messiah coming with a vengeance. They screaming peace, it ain't no peace. We prophesying in the streets. We seeking peace in the streets of Babylon. Brandishing Glock 40s, tucking heat like a carry-on. Sinning against the fathers, got me sleeping, not napping on. Christ the King revealed, that's aerial phenomenon. Kicking against the bricks, lose your soul when that fire come. We purify better than gold, got my Bible on. And that's all that I know, when Babylon gon' fall, watch it blow, ayy. Switching it up, the nation's gon' drink it, I'm talking the cup. Don't care what you thinking, believe in the gospel. God is thinking, the fires of heaven gon' gather for dinner. The ear of the flesh, the wicked, the sinner. Your mama, your sister, your daddy, your cousin can get their issue. If they mind, they don't repent.
What's up, big bro? How you doing, man?
All right.
Hey, what's your name, big bro?
Wayne.
Nice to meet you, man. I'm John. Nice to meet you.
What's up?
Hey, like the soldier was going over, you know, it's God's laws, statutes, and commandments that got us in this situation we in now. That's why we got other nations come in our neighborhood, set up stores, take our money, and they run back to where they live at. I guarantee you can't nobody in Shula tell me where the Arabs stay at.
No.
Nobody. You ain't never seen where they stay at. Because they're going to pack up, they're going to take their money, and they're going to dip, right? God did that to us for breaking his commandments. He don't, look, you got kids? You got no kids? But guess what? When you were growing up, grandmama, daddy, mama, when you broke their rules, we got butt whoopings. You see what I'm saying? We the greatest nation on the planet, so the Most High, he ain't just finna give us a little love tap. You see what I'm saying? He gonna punish us by putting the worst nations on earth over us.
That's right.
And guess what? We did all we did. We broke his commandments. And it's simple things that we can do to begin to come back to his command, to come back to our righteous state. You see what I'm saying? Watch this. I'm going to show you some commandments that's real easy for us to do. We just don't do it because we hard-headed. We rebellious. Watch this. Numbers 15:38.
Read up.
This real simple. You see what I'm saying? Because the Most High God, he tells us how to eat, how to dress, how to deal with one another, how to love our wives, how to love our kids. But what we do is we look at the nations around us and we learn from them. See what I'm saying? Read this. Let me show you. Tell me how easy is this. Read.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So the Most High God told Moses, he said, speak to the children of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? He said, bid them. Bid just means to command.
Right.
He said, bid them that they make them fringes. You ever heard of the word fringes before? So I want you to look at the bottom of everybody's shirt. These are fringes right here. The Most High God told them, command them to put fringes in the borders of their garments. But let's see how long we had to wait.
Throughout their generations.
Are we still having kids out here? And people still, women still having kids, right? So so as long as we having kids, we supposed to be wearing fringes on our garments.
That's right.
Right? Watch this, read.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So on that fringe, it gotta have a blue ribbon. Now Most High didn't specify what color blue. It could be light blue, it could be baby blue, royal blue, because each one of us, all our ribbons not the same color. He said, but put a ribbon of blue on it. He did. The Most High God is specific. He does things for a reason. Watch. This is why he said put it on there. Read.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
And what?
And do them.
So we put these on our garments so we can remember the commandments and do them. Because guess what? If me and a brother get into it and I'm finna pull my strap out, I'm finna shoot him, right? My hands gotta come past my fringes to grab my pistol. You see what I'm saying? So when I hit my hand, hit them fringes, I'm gonna remember the commandment that say, thou shalt not kill.
Right.
I'm gonna remember the commandment that say, if a man hate his brother in his heart, he a murderer.
That's right.
Because I gotta have some type of hatred in me to want to kill a man that look just like me.
Right.
We going through the same oppression in the same town.
That's right.
I gotta have some deep-rooted hatred. But you gotta ask yourself, where did that hatred come from? That hatred came from the image of the beast that they ingrained into us, that they beat into us.
Right.
When we was out here in the cotton fields of the Delta and we didn't meet our quota and they beat our backs in and raped our women, they instilled hatred in us. When they gave us a white Jesus, hatred for one another came along with it.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. You ever heard of the Willie Lynch letter?
Bring it out.
The Willie Lynch letter. The Willie Lynch letter was a letter that was written by a plantation owner in Jamaica, and it was sent throughout all the South, through all the plantations, to teach the slave masters how to control their slaves without killing them.
Bring it out.
One of the things that he said you have to implement, you have to make the light-skinned brother hate the dark-skinned brother.
Right.
Make the younger brother hate the older brother.
Right.
Make the older brother hate the younger brother. Make the field nigga beef against the house nigga.
Right.
And
Right.
both of us enslaved.
Bring it out.
How stupid is that?
Bring it out.
We both beefing with each other, but we both on the same plantation.
Right.
Bring it
You
out.
see what I'm saying?
Already.
What kind of sense does that make? Now, that trickles down to today. We both in the same hood.
Bring
We
it out.
probably grew up together.
But ready to kill
You
each other.
ate, I ate at your grandmama's house, you ate at my grandmama's house.
Yup.
But now we grew up listening to this music like Soulja brought out. Now you GD and I'm Vice Lord, now we shooting at each other.
Bring it out.
Now we grew up together. You see what I'm saying? That's what the Most High got a problem with. Hosea 4:1. The Most High got a problem with that.
Bring it
He got
out.
a problem. That's why no matter what hood you go to, it's the same thing.
Right.
I leave Shula and I go to Jackson. Potholes in the streets, trash everywhere, murder rate through the roof, somebody died. Our people living in Section 8, low income. It's 1,000 dope boys on every block feeding poison to our people.
Bring it out.
It's the same no matter where you go.
Bring it out.
Read that.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, and verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel.
The Most High say, hear this word, you children of Israel. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Listen what God got to say to you.
For the Lord has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
It say the Most High got a problem with y'all with the inhabitants of the land. Soldiers Aberdeen, come read for me. The Most High God got a problem with the inhabitants of the land. Why?
Because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land.
It said ain't no truth in the land. Ain't no mercy. Let me ask you something. Do you know what the truth according to the Bible is? You know what the truth is? Because they always tell us, hey, man, the truth gonna make you free. But do we really know what that truth is?
If they read it.
You say it's what?
If they read it.
Watch this. I'm gonna show you what the truth is. Watch it. Read that.
Psalm chapter 119, verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
The law, statutes, and commandments of God is the truth.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We're not teaching our people not to eat pork. We're not teaching our men, hey, bro, don't shave your beard, don't make baldness on your head. Did you know that was a commandment? It's a commandment for a grown man to have a beard on his face.
Bring it out.
That's a commandment. The Most High God got a beard. Christ got a beard. He commands his people, the men of Israel, to have a beard on their face. Did you know that? That's why the Most High God got a problem with us. Because
Right.
we out here with shaved baby booty faces.
Right.
Bring it out.
We out here looking like little boys, and you're a 40-year-old grown man with a smooth face.
Right.
Bring
You
it
see
out.
what I'm saying? Read that again, Hosea 4:1.
Hosea chapter 4, verse 1. Hear this word of the Lord, ye children of Israel.
Come on.
For the Lord has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land,
Uh-huh.
because there is no truth, nor mercy.
Did they show this brother mercy that got gunned down last night?
Bring it out.
They didn't show that brother no mercy.
Right.
That brother was gunned down. Ain't no mercy out here.
Right.
We'll look each other dead in the face and kill one another. Ain't no mercy out here.
Bring it out.
You see what I'm saying? We'll go have sex with a sister, get her pregnant, and leave her with the baby by herself. That ain't no mercy. Instead of marrying this sister, making a righteous wife out of this sister,
Right.
we want to turn her to a hoe.
Oh, really?
We want to turn her to a baby mama.
Bring it out.
Because why? We don't want the responsibility. We want to be out here and do our own thing and not be committed. Let me tell you something. It's easy to jump from woman to woman to woman to woman and have kids strolled everywhere. You know what's hard? Saying, I'm going to keep God's commandments and stick with this one woman. It takes a real man to do that. It takes
Right.
a real man to say, I'm going to marry this woman right here. I'm going to have kids by her. And I'm going to take care of my family. I'm going to get out and I'm going to go get me a job. And I'm going to make sure she got a roof, clothes, water, and food.
Right.
It takes a real man to do that.
That's
We don't like responsibility.
Right.
Black men don't like responsibility. We don't like order. We don't like discipline. But yet and still, we'll go out here and gangbang, and we'll follow those laws. We'll follow their structure.
Bring it out.
But when it comes to God's law, we don't want to do that.
That's right.
We don't want to do that. Read.
nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land, by swearing and lying and killing.
Let me ask you something. It said by swearing, lying. Do we lie to one another?
Not from them folks.
I'm just saying, do black folk lie to one another?
Yep.
We lie to one another all the time. We'll look at your face, yeah, I love you, bro. And then as soon as you turn your back, I'm finna go sleep with your old lady.
Right.
As soon as we turn our back.
That ain't how folks go.
But exactly, that's not how it's supposed to go. But guess what? That's why the Most High God got a problem with us. That's why we going through slavery and oppression out here.
Right.
Read.
By swearing and lying and killing.
Brother just got killed. It said by swearing, lying, and killing, what happens?
And stealing
We
and
steal?
committing adultery. They break out and blood touches blood.
Blood touches blood, meaning we out here killing each other now because we doing all those things. You see what I'm saying?
All wrong thing.
Because guess what? None of these things would happen if we kept God's commandments. Deuteronomy 28 verse
Shalom,
1.
Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today.
We gotta simply kept God's commandments. Bro, we be at the top. We be the ruling class of people right
That's
now.
right.
We can't even develop that concept right now. Let me ask you something. Can you imagine yourself not having to get up and go to work? You can't imagine that, can you imagine? I don't even feel like walking today. I'm going to get the so-called Arab or so-called Japanese man. I'm going to get them to tote me and my wife wherever I want to go.
Right.
We can't even imagine that because of the oppression that we're going through.
Right.
You can't imagine that, can you? But that's what God has in store for us if we keep his commandments.
That's right.
Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1.
Bring it out.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
If we listen to God's laws, statutes, and commandments and do them, what's going to happen?
to observe to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high, above all nations.
No, whoa. He said equal to all nations.
Will set thee on high, above all nations.
Man, you got people out here pushing for equality. Martin Luther King, don't get me wrong, he was a great leader in his time. He paved the way for us to come out here and be able to do what we're doing now, right?
Right.
But he preached equality. Little black girls and little white boys joining hand in hand. That ain't what the Bible say.
Right.
The Most High God said we're going to be above every nation on the planet.
That's right.
But we just got to do, all we got to do is keep his commandments. But you know why we can't keep his commandments? Isaiah 30 verse 9. You know why we can't keep his commandments? We hard-headed as hell.
Bring it up.
Guess what? You can go tell your child, don't stick that fork in that electric socket. Soon as you turn your back and walk off, they inched over there and did it. You want to know why? Read that.
Isaiah chapter 30 verse 9.
Bring it
That
up.
this is a rebellious people.
This is a what?
Rebellious people.
Read.
Lying children.
We what?
Lying children.
That what?
Children that will not hear the law of the Lord.
We don't want to hear God's laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
We come out here and we tell our sisters, hey sis, don't come out here with that spandex on in them leggings, that's panties. Cover your body up. Your body only for your husband to see.
Right.
We tell our sisters, don't be putting them pants on. That's an abomination to God. Our sisters that look at us, call us niggas, and walk out, cuss us out. They do all of that. But on their wedding day, they want to put on a beautiful dress.
Right.
What kind of sense does that make?
Bring it up.
You'll put a wedding dress on your wedding day because you feel beautiful. So that means every other day of your life, you don't feel beautiful. You don't feel like walking around in modest apparel, being the princess that the Most High God called you to be.
Right.
That's how destroyed we are in the mind.
Teach.
You see, our sisters glorify being thoughts.
Right.
Our sisters glorify being hoes, being sneaky links. They think that's cool.
Right.
They think that they listen to Megan Thee Stallion. They listen to Cardi B, and they think that's cool. Cardi B is married with children.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But she put music out here that destroys our sisters' mind frame. They got our sisters thinking, oh, okay, it's cool to have a hot girl summer.
Right.
It's cool to be a hoe.
Right.
It's cool to lay a man baby after baby after baby, but not require that man to marry you.
Right.
Read.
We say to the seers, see not.
A seer is a prophet. They tell them, we don't want to hear that Bible. We don't want to hear what you got to say. Read.
We say to the seers, see not. And to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy deceits. Get you out of the way. Turn outside or out of the path.
They want the prophets to come out here and lie to them. They want to hear smooth. They want us to tell them everything gonna be all right. No, the hell it ain't.
Bring it up.
Everything is not gonna be all right.
Right.
The Most High God is coming back to destroy this place.
Right.
He is not coming back with kisses and hugs. Give me Matthew 10. Matthew 10 and verse 34. He ain't coming back with hugs and kisses. You ain't gonna see him float down out of the sky and passing out lollipops. That ain't the Jesus Christ of this Bible, bro.
Right.
We've been force-fed lies our whole life. Read what you got.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I have come to send peace.
Hold on. Read.
Think not that I have come to send peace on earth.
Christ said, don't think I'm coming to send peace. Let me ask you something. If these are the words of Christ, right? Hey, turn your Bible around. Turn it around with you. If it's in red, that means Christ wrote it, right? Christ said, think not that I'm coming to send peace. Christ said, hey, don't be out here sideways thinking I'm coming to send peace on earth. I'm not, because they teach us in church that Christ said, peace on earth and goodwill to mankind, right? That's what they taught us in church, right? Let's listen from the mouth of Christ himself what he said. Read.
Bring it on.
Think not that I have come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Let me ask you something, bro. If I pulled out a sword right now, if I pulled a sword out, what is that sword used for? 9 times out of 10, what am I going to do with that? That's an instrument of death.
That's right.
That's an instrument of war.
Right.
Christ said, I ain't coming to send peace on earth. I'm coming with a sword. Christ is coming back to kill those that don't want to keep his law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
He's coming back to kill all those that rebelled against us. He's coming back to kill all those that don't want to keep his law, statutes, and commandments. That's what Christ is coming back to do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I'm going to show you what else he's coming back to do. Everybody that don't want to put fringes on their clothes, all the sisters that don't want to wear paint, that don't want to wear dresses, all these sisters that want to walk around in spandex with their ass out, Most High God gonna kill them too.
Right.
Zephaniah.
Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 8.
Bring it on.
And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice.
The day of the Lord's sacrifice is when Jesus Christ, the black Messiah, returns. Read.
That I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as is clothed with strange apparel.
You know what? Hey, do you understand what it meant when it said strange apparel? Sisters with pants on is strange to God, because he told them to put a dress on. Men walking around in dresses is strange to God. Let me ask you something, bro. If I was standing up here in a damn pink dress, would you stop here and listen to what I got to say? Bro, you gonna be like, bro, he on some more stuff. Bro, he bugged out. I ain't finna stop listening to no grown man in no dress, right? You will have a problem with that. But we won't see a problem with sisters in pants. Hey, my sister, did you know that it's a commandment for the Most High God's princesses not to wear pants? You know you're supposed to have on a dress, sis. Did you know that? That's what the Most High God requires of his daughters, of the princesses of Israel. He requires them to have on modest apparel, not to show off their body. Their body is only for their husband. Watch this. Deuteronomy 22 and 5.
Bring it out.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5.
Bring it out.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So sis, if I was standing up here and I got a pretty flower dress on, what would you think of me? You probably think I'm a punk. Let's just be real. Right. You think I'm a punk. But we don't think that same way if I see a woman in pants. I wouldn't think that she must be a bulldog or something.
Right.
We won't have that mindset. This is cross-dressing in the Bible. Right. The Most High God is against cross-dressing. We'll see grown men walk around the hood with a purse on. They gonna call it, man, it's a man bag.
Bring it
no,
out.
bro, that's a purse.
Right.
Bro, we out here doing things that women do. Grown men do things that women do. Right. Women out here doing the things that grown men do. The Most High God said, you're an abomination to me.
Right.
To scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.